Social and political commentary from a Christian male perspective.
Hey, grace and peace, everybody. There was no thumbnail, there was no title, so you have no idea what we're about to do. I was going through cleaning the traps, cleaning up around the studio and the such like that, and I ran across a video that our favorite, no longer mayor, posted on her Facebook. And for some reason or another, I decided to actually watch the video. Because, you know, she always posts in these motivational whatevers. I call it memeology, where you get your theology from a meme. And it struck me, this is the problem. This is actually the problem. And I'm sure it's probably been glaring right in my face for the longest. She believes these memes. And this meme right here, I feel like is, again, I watched probably about 10, 15 seconds of it. I said, oh, that's the problem. And so what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to pull this meme in. We're going to look at it. We're going to read through it. We're going to read, of course, the caption and all the hashtags. Then we're going to watch the meme that she posted. And I think this is what the problem is with she who is now the former mayor, supervisor, or whatever it is of Dalton. So thank you so much for jumping in today. This was a very quick live stream. I did want to make sure that all the settings were right because I have a long live stream planned. I'm doing a sub marathon tonight, starting at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You're going to jump on in. We got lots of fun stuff we're going to be doing. Got a lot of guests that are going to be coming on. And we're just chopping it up, give you an opportunity to hear a little bit more about what DWC is about, taking some questions, answering some memeology, some TikToks. We got some body cam footage. We got all kinds of shenanigans tonight. So it's going to be a good one. So hopefully you'll have time tonight to hop in. And if you haven't already subscribe. All right, let's jump in this. Let's look at what Tiff posted. And it says this: always be yourself. Live your life, not someone's opinion. Smiley face, be Tiffany Henyard. I'm different. Muscle arm. Just remember, with being different, with being different, there will always be opposition. You're going to go through it, but grow through it. Make it count. Smiley face. Remember, I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. Smiley face with a whole bunch of hearts. Keep it moving. Hashtag trust God. Hashtag never give up. Hashtag I stand with Tiff. Hashtag Tiffany Henyard. Hashtag focus. Hashtag I am the dream. Hashtag she powerful. Oh, she's powerful. Okay, she actually did say that correctly. Let's look at this one right here. It's called Conflictish with Ryan Dunlap. And shout out to a Hampton grad. Shout out to him. All right. And I really think this shed a lot of light about what the problem is with Tiffany. Where does she get, why is she off base? And I think this one really did a good job of explaining it. So real quick, I want to make sure that the audio works. So if you could drop that 1 in the chat when we hit go. Let's go. Drop that 1 in the chat.
Do you want to be popular or prominent? Because prominence is painful. Like if you're going to lead, you have to have the courage to be.
All right, just wanted to check, make sure everybody could hear that. I want to make sure we can hear that before I get too far afield. Do you want to be prominent or whatever it was?
Disliked. If you're going to be successful, you have to have the courage to be misunderstood. And if you're going to champion change, you have to have the courage to be criticized. Because here's the truth, or at least what I've come to see as the truth. People who have never sacrificed for a dream will tell you how to give up on yours. People who have never built anything will tell you what to build. Unsuccessful people will tell you how to spend your money, and people without a platform will challenge your platform. One of the biggest reasons that people shrink back from leadership, from success, or from change is that they're afraid of standing in the tension of being unliked, unappreciated, unpopular, or uncomfortable. They want growth without resistance, influence without opposition, progress without discomfort. But you cannot stand out and stand still at the same time. You have to make a move. And if you're waiting for everyone to approve, agree, or applaud you before you make a move, you'll stay stuck right where you are. You'll get what everybody else gets because you'll be doing what everybody else does. Look, leadership is lonely, success is grueling, and change is painful. But if you're going to make a difference, you have to be willing to be different. Do you
Okay, so I wanted to let him tease it all the way out once so I could hear the whole thing before I make my commentary. And then we'll go back through and kind of run through it and hit those points. There is a presupposition in this argument that this young man is making that I don't think apply. I don't know him, so I'm not saying this about this young man. What's his name? Ryan Dunlap. I'm not saying this about Ryan Dunlap. I don't know anything about him. I'm saying it about Tiffany because Tiffany wanted to use this and drop this on her Facebook page. There is a presupposition that I think people that you kind of overlook. You're assuming that the leader is actually a good leader. And you're assuming that the person who wants to be in leadership is actually a good person and is doing the right thing. It's not just, I think we should add a bike lane to the main street, down Main Street, so that we can have more bikers down Main Street. Well, you might disagree with me, but we can see where I came from. Like, hey, I like bike riding. I'm a biker. I'm all about going green and the environment and all that kind of stuff. And a bike lane makes sense. That makes sense that I would do that. And you're like, okay, it's not a bad idea. It's just we don't want to take up that much street real estate and such like that. So therefore, we're not going to do it. I think we could all kind of see like where I came from with that. So it's not like it's a bad idea. It's just a difference of understanding as it relates to transportation going down the main street. But if I say I want to put banners with my name and face on it saying welcome to Whitaker Park and my big old smiling face on it, well, what's the benefit of that? What was that? Just having your face on there, Jason? Well, what's the purpose of that? And we can see pretty quickly this is not about the betterment of the society or the betterment of our people or the town. It's really just about self-promotion. And so what I think she's missing, or Tiffany shouldn't have put this up, because a lot of these things are not just misunderstandings or disagreements. Like, hey, we don't want to put a bike lane because there's just too many cars and we want people to be able to move fast enough to get through here so we don't have traffic congestion, so on and so forth. That's a difference of understanding as relates to transportation. But me doing something, again, like putting my picture on the banners on every light pole down the main drag, that's not just a difference. That's a self-promotion, if dare I say. It's dang near narcissism, right? So let's go back and watch this again. And I'll just stop a few places, and we're not going to be long. I did want to make sure my audio sound right for tonight. But let's go.
You want to be popular or prominent? Because prominence is painful. Like if you're going to lead, you have to have the courage to be disliked.
But is Tiffany disliked because of her leadership, or she disliked or frowned upon because of what she's actually doing? Because again, there is a presupposition in this discussion that what you're doing is actually good. Like you're actually trying to do something that's good. For example, the soup kitchen. Remember, she wanted to start a second pantry at one time, but there was already a pantry that she was keeping from being able to start. And so the Free Indeed pantry with Dr. Scott, she was actually stopping that one from starting, saying that they need to start another one in the community. Well, what about the one that you're stopping? Just give them the license and let them go. So it's not just a popular thing or being misunderstood. You are actually doing something wrong, something, dare I say, even bad to this community by not allowing Dr. Scott to run her pantry. Let's continue.
If you're going to be successful, you have to have the courage to be misunderstood. And if you're going to champion change, you have to have the courage to be criticized.
So is Tiffany willing to be criticized? Because again, a part of being criticized is being willing to say, okay, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, you're right. But every criticism can't be wrong. Every single one of them can't be wrong. Now, sure, can a lot of them be wrong? Absolutely. Can the majority of them be wrong? Absolutely. But not every last one of them. What criticism did Tiffany actually accept? I would love to hear that, but I don't think there is any.
Because here's the truth, or at least what I've come to see as the truth. People who have never sacrificed for a dream will tell you how to give up on yours.
That's a great, and I might be disagreeing with this young man. Okay, are we telling them to give up on their dream or saying that they themselves are not doing something correct? There is a difference. There's not the same. So if I'm saying that, hey, Tiff, the way you're going about doing this is wrong, is bad, it's not the right way to go about it. And again, you got to work with other people as well. So you can't just be a leader running the ship by yourself. This is not a dictatorship. If you're going to work with other people, aka the trustees or other board or whatever else situation you're in, you're going to need to have to work and be able to do some give and take. So if you're going to say, hey, I'm going to start this, but the board or your trustees say they don't agree with it, and you've made your attempt to convey that to them, and they say, no, we believe we should go in a different direction. Are you willing to accept that maybe the different direction is good or is the right direction for the people? Or are you just headstrong, stuck in the mud that what you want to do is what you're going to do? Just the question.
People who have never built anything will tell you what to build. Unsuccessful people will tell you how to spend your money, and people without a platform will challenge your platform.
Okay. People without a platform will challenge your platform. Again, I'm not disagreeing with him. I'm just wondering why Tiffany put this out, because it doesn't support her ideas as much as she might think it does.
The biggest reasons that people shrink back from leadership, from success, or from change is that they're afraid of standing in the tension of being unliked, unappreciated, unpopular, or uncomfortable.
Are those because you're not willing to accept criticism? That's what I'm wondering. Are you, all those things that he just went down, are they because you're not willing to accept, like, hey, let's say the unpopular claim. I don't necessarily need to be popular, but am I asking for something that's wrong? Example being, if I say, let's go back to my bike line. Let's go to the skating rink. Okay. Sure. It seemed like a good idea, but $1 million for that skate park, and you can only use it for roller skates and ice skates. Is that the best use of that money? And I'm pretty sure if we go back and look at some board meetings, it was argued or defended that it wasn't a good use of money, and she still went it anyway. So is it just that you're unpopular, or you're not willing to accept that what is being proposed as a group, because we are working together as a group, this is not the best way to go about it? Just a thought.
They want growth without resistance, influence without opposition, progress without discomfort. But you cannot stand out and stand still at the same time. You have to make a move. And if you're waiting for everyone to approve, agree, or applaud you before you make a move, you'll stay stuck right where you are.
That is a perfect, if I wanted to start something that only dealt with me, only dealt with Dear Woke Christian, that's a perfect way to go about it. I'm not waiting for everybody to approve of me grabbing this cup and get me a nice drink of what it is that I have. You're right. You are correct. I don't need a forum. I don't need anybody's applause. I'm grabbing this cup. I'm taking a chug. Gotcha. The only problem is once I leave out the studio, there's my wife, there's my kids, my church community, my family, all these other people that I need to work with. So I can't just do things that are not going to work for Lady Dear Woke Christian. I said, you know what? I think we should build a third garage on this house so I can put my Hellcat in there. Well, Lady Dear Woke Christian is going to have a problem with that. She's going to have a big problem with that. HOA is going to have a problem with that. I don't think that a builder would probably even do it because the way my land is shaped outside the house. So there are going to be some other people that are going to need to say, yeah, Jason, yeah, you and that Hellcat thing, that's going to have to work another way. That's just the truth of the game. So it's not a matter of and this is just for Tiffany. I'm not saying that this gentleman is wrong in his approach, but there's going to be some instances where you're going to have to work with other people. And I don't think that she ever was able to do that without working with yes men and people that were willing to just rubber stamp whatever it is that she wanted to do. Let's go.
You'll get what everybody else gets because you'll be doing what everybody else does. Look, leadership is lonely, success is grueling, and change is painful. But if you're going to make a difference, you have to be willing to be different.
And different could be, you know what? I'm going to listen to those people around me. If the people selected these trustees, if the people elected these board members, these people are here because they want the best for this company. The people are here because they want the best for this town or whatever else. So I need to work with them in the purview of this is how we're going to get things done. Now, again, if I really believe that we should be moving in one direction and nobody's working with me, sure, I'm going to have to probably start politicking. I'm going to probably start shaking hands and kissing babies. I need to hear, why is it that you don't believe that we should be going in this direction? I need to hear that from people. Maybe I'm going to try to sway some people. Absolutely. There's going to be some horse trading going on, all that kind of jazz. But at the end of the day, I can't do that by myself, though. I can't go in that direction by myself and everybody else is staying over here. That doesn't make sense. So it's not just a matter of leadership. It's a matter of working with other people. And I just don't think Tiffany gets it. And I thought that was interesting that she would drop this on her Facebook page. And again, like I said, this is the problem, in my opinion. What's wrong with Tiffany is that she doesn't actually listen to other people. She does work from a paradigm that what she wants is what needs to happen, whether it's what is good for the people, whether or not everybody agree. And again, you don't have to have everybody agree, but I think we all can see that having nobody agree was really problematic. So at least get some kind of quorum, some kind of consortium of people that at least tacitly agree with you. But anyway, what do you think? Down in the comments, let me know. I appreciate you rocking with me and helping us get to that goal of 50,000 subscribers. Later on today, I'll be doing a subathon. We're just going to come on and just chop it up. Got a lot of fun stuff planned. So feel free to drop on through. It'll be at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Looking forward to doing that and hanging out with y'all all night. So we'll see how it goes. All right. And until next time, everyone, I appreciate y'all rocking with us. Grace and peace. Take care. Gotta hit that button though, right? There. Grace and peace.